Hello and welcome. Rahul, if you're watching me on my YouTube channel, my talk show, I always come in front of you and try to disseminate certain information which can ignite desire within you, because in this information age, it is essential that we keep ourselves abreast with the latest development and whatever is happening around us, because if we will be competent, we will be having knowledge and information, we can get advantage and we can have an edge over others, and that is what is the reality of today's world. In this modern arena, we have to be competent. For every opportunity that comes your way, you have to be ready, because in this mad scramble there is another person always working and working harder, on themselves. They're improving and they're competing with you, and if you will not be able to catch that fire within, if you will not be able to make your place in that way scramble, how can you clinch the opportunity, how you can sustain your life in a better way? Because making livelihood better is our prime agenda, and along with that, finding metaphysical spiritual ascension is also important, and that's why I sometimes talk about spiritual ascension as well. I try to foster a belief, after having awakening, after having a knowledge how to be always awake and how to be inconsistent, with in synchronicity with the universe. If we will be having that knowledge, that if we want to pursue a spiritual well-being as well, because it is the pillar. If your mental peace is found, if your spiritual well-being is fostered with real foundations, strong foundations, you will certainly be able to help yourself. Many people see that change your paradigm. Paradigm changing means shifting your reality altogether, how you perceive your own reality, in which world you live, what kind of frequency you resonate with. Changing is, and amplifying its amplitude, and becoming in higher frequency. All these things are important, because if you are not aligned, if you are not in synchronous with the universe, that means you are not flowing with the right kind of dimensions and directions, because it will uplift you. If you will change your paradigm, you can change your reality altogether. That is what I advocate all the time. I try to make it understand exactly that if you want to be aware all the time and try to go dive metaphysically, in a spiritual arena, it can foster. All it takes a little bit of meditation, a little bit of awareness, what is happening around, and having patience, having tolerance. Having tolerance enough that you can sustain your anger, you can sustain the reality when it will unfold in front of you. It will give you challenges intrinsically from within you. It will challenge you, it will test you. Your awareness, how you react, what you really are capable of. And once you will align your perspective with the universe, you will know how to navigate the challenges and go above with awareness, having clarity all the time, because it is important and essential to find clarity, to find vision, to have rational view. With what kind of rationality? Not the 3D world that defines rationality for you, but metaphysical rationality, which is the real discourse of universe. When you listen that, when you try to indulge yourself and try to calibrate and try to become more incisive, better than others, so that you can live in your 3D world, in physical world as well, and as well as you can have a strong milestone in a spiritual ascension as well. And once you combine the both, you will go very rapidly in your physical as well as spiritual dimensions, and you will perceive the reality, how it unfolds and what is brewing up behind that. And once you will change your paradigm, once you will change your perspective, your vision will be deepened. You will not look at the things previously as you are looking at. This will change your reality altogether, because it challenges you from within. It challenges all your dogmatic principles and dogma, your visions about multidimensional, higher dimensional, about entities, about your own self, about people's mindset and how the masses could be influenced, what could be the result and outcomes of a little bit of manipulation that is happening from eons. What are the dogmatic principles that are driving the crazy people all around in the world who are already sleeping? A little bit of written dogma that they are carrying because they have given certain principles from their birth, from their childhood, and their parents have bestowed them wrong dogmatic principles, and that is what they are product of that. When you will try to ascertain all these qualities, and in this physical world, when you go spiritually deeper, you will know how to navigate the physical world as well, along with those principles which are valid, which are important to inculcate, which are important to imbibe and bring into real practical world. If you cannot change the whole world, then only if you can inculcate it for your own self, that will change your reality altogether. That is what I advocate, and many people don't understand why I talk about metaphysical reality and spiritual reality. They talk about these are the foolish talk and these are the futile things, but these are the real things. When you will dive metaphysically deep and try to bring and foster a new reality, it will not only change you, but it will change the real ascension path for 3D world as well. All those physical peoples will have more clarity, will be able to devise and bring innovative ideas in front of the world previously, which was closed, which were clog of dense atmosphere that were cloaked around, and they were not able to see. And because of your spiritual ascension, because of the fostering the root reality, they got that vision, they got that ascension, because in the cosmic reality everything is driven with the collective consciousness, and collective consciousness decide the fate of your universe. That is what is the reality, and each and everyone is connected within these nodes of network, and that is why individual reality also impacts the whole collective consciousness. And those who vibrate in metaphysical dimensions, their impact is much more. They can all together, they can push it forward. Even the planetary ascensions, star systems and galaxies all together, they recognize the frequency. The world, universe knows the language of frequencies, not the language of your general multilingual ability. It doesn't understand that. It doesn't understand the language of frequencies. And once you will dive deeper, you will see that other entities have command over all these frequencies, and that is what they have devised long ago, and that is where the fabrication is happening. All these wars, I don't want to disclose everything here because it will be difficult for me to navigate ahead as well. But I am trying to tell you the truth, which is important to know. And all will come when you will dive deeply, when you will meditate, when you will be aware, when you will be aligning your perspective and with synchronicity of the universe. When in higher dimensions, you will understand exactly how the universe brings and unfolds the reality in front of you. Nothing is coincidence. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is flowing and everything is interwoven, unfolding exactly at the right moment. But not everything is controlled. There are other forces who are interacting with each other and trying to shape the realities in microseconds. Everything is changing and very dynamic. The world is not static. It is not unfolding as it is. It should be. It is not in evolution that you think of, that the theory that you have been given on in the evolution of linear evolution. No, not linear evolution. I will say that dynamic evolutions, even embedded in higher dimensions as well. And your consciousness, your presence is important in that very dynamic universe, in that very dynamic evolutions of a spiritual life. And once you are with the right node, you will know exactly how to foster the reality and how to bring success to all those little people, or you can say that new juvenile people, the oblivions who are craving success, who are longing and having yearning for greater success in their life, better success and better opportunities in their life, and you will be able to indirectly bring in front of them. And that is why all these sleeping nodes, as well as the challenge, the agents of matrix are afraid of you, why they fabricate around you, why they want you to be in sleep mode all the time, why they target you, and sometimes they go beyond, even in killing all those real nodes. And that is what is the reality. So you have to be aware. Thank you for listening to me.